How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you very much.
Mhm. I think that you can start your speech.
Right, no problem. Let me share my screen. Fact. Sorry. Yep. Okay, I think this one. Yep. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Great. First of all, thank you very much. My presentation will not be as colorful as the previous speaker, but I hope it will be useful for you guys. So, I hope you all have a lovely weekend. In this talk, I was thinking about, what is it that we are expecting for next 5 years. Obviously, we had that ChatGPT moment in 2023, and AI is a buzzword nowadays. But honestly, like what we are expecting for next 5 years, I think that's a question. So starting from the impact itself, if I could go to the next slide, yeah. So, you know, the AI revolution has been rapid, with the 75% of business leaders now using generative AI, and that's only in IT domain. It used to be 55% last year, now it's 75%, and the estimated amount of, the impact we do have with AI, Gen AI specifically, it's between 2 to 4.5 trillion dollars per year. Now, this is a huge amount of money. Even UK's GDP, by the way, I'm joining from UK. UK's GDP is around 3.5 billion dollars, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a huge amount of money globally. Considering the fact that we do have Gen AI maybe since effectively we do have it since 2023, so it's not of so many years. We do have Transformers. I mean, it was published, I guess, the paper in 2015 or 16. Attention is all you need. But really, in terms of industry, I think after ChatGPT, we do have lots of, Gen AI powered solutions. So the vision, I think by 2030, it is envisioned that AI and humanoid robots will seamlessly work alongside us, not only in software but also in practical world, in decision making, along with human values. So I think it's not only about I think the powerful AI models, but also more capabilities and more integrations, and more frameworks will be introduced, which we will look into shortly. Um, so I think, you know, I- one of the most exciting developments is I think, rise of the agentic AI. If you don't know what agentic means, essentially AI-powered system where it actually plans and plans ahead and does some consider some scenarios and plans it for you, and tries to you know uh, overcome some specific challenges if there are any challenges, or does some tasks for you. So essentially, it's an autonomous AI programs that can make decision, act from your end, or act based on a given task, or schedules. So I think we are moving from that single siloed AI system to more orchestrated AI system, especially with introduction of protocols like MCP and A to A or agent to agent frameworks. I think it's great. Um, but from business perspective, I think AI agent adoption is still, in early stages. In fact, in recent, leadership survey, 37% of IT leaders said they have already implemented some basic AI capabilities. However, 68% expect to implement even further and even more agentic AI. So I know the numbers might not add up to the 100%, but essentially 37 already implemented AI solution. But out of all these survey, people, 68 still yet to implement AI, agentic AI. which is a system that plans it for you and does a series of tasks. Um, there and it's not just different specific company or specific number of companies that works in this sort of technologies. I'm pretty sure you know all about OpenAI, Microsoft, or Amazon, even I guess Meta as well, which is I think one of the best companies in terms of open sourcing AI models and AI technologies. But there are lots of companies around the globe, and in China, we have the Manus IM, or it's a system. It's a something like OpenAI operator where it does automation of the task with an interface integration. So it's actually great, and they do have similar features like deep search and task automations. And it's just not, this specific companies, as I said, there are lots of companies around the globe. I'm pretty sure you know about the Y Combinator. When I was checking the feed on LinkedIn every day, they are spending money left and right, on AI companies, especially AI automation. So it's a big and evolving market, I shall say. But what I see for the next 5 years, although we do have some, smart AI solutions, but what I see from next 5 years is the AI is also Copilot in a way that it's a truly Copilot, not something like a Microsoft Copilot that I'm pretty sure you heard about, or GitHub Copilot, which helps you to do vibe coding or debug your system, but really a system that, understands you. So instead of AI system that operating in silos, which we have at the moment, they are more embedded in our daily workflows, collaborating with us, you know, as of 2025, we do have protocols, as I said, agent to agent, but think of a system, a singular orchestration of the AI system where your ChatGPT also connected to your Instagram connected to another AI model, which is connected to your shopping, your Amazon account. So, when we are talking about AI orchestration, essentially we talk about singularity. So, in addition to software integration, I think we are seeing a major advances in areas like warehouse robotics with robots like Digit that can work alongside humans. And Amazon is one of the big companies that is working on such employing such robots in actually a warehouse environment. So this opens up new opportunities in sectors like logistic and elder care, which I guess it's one of the demanding jobs in the UK by NHS. I know people work in the NHS, so it's a demanding position in European countries where intelligent robots actually help people and help filling labor gaps. Again, by 2030, we could have over 1,000 humanoid robots working in real world, environment, not just confined, research labs. Uh, Another thing is based on the numbers and statistics, it is expected to hit, the whole robotics industry, it is expected to hit 500 billion per year by 2023. What it means, like, it's not just humanoid robots, it's drone companies, companies that such as for example SpaceX, which is sort of a robot that comes and tries to land by itself. So it will be more diversified and more specialized in the next 5 years. I That's what I see from the industry. What it means is, if you're a tech person, I think you would have more chance to get employed by people who are looking for robotics engineer. um, Again, real world examples, and sorry for that, I have lots of slides. It's not as colorful as previous speakers, but yeah, so there are lots of companies like Boston Dynamics, I'm pretty sure you heard about. Sanctuary AI is another robotics companies. But in addition to robotics, I believe you know, personalized medicine, it will be a big thing in the next 5 years. think of a world where you do have AI systems where it predicts your genomes or genomics, and it actually gives a very customized or bespoke treatment. This could be a medicine, this could be a general guideline. So I think we are in the position where that sort of technologies will come to realization in next, I would say, 3 to 4 years. Um, Another point that I want to talk about is this digital selves. Meta recently they introduced the digital characters on Instagram. So and there is at the same time we have computer user agents where OpenAI operator or Manus IM, they actually give you a system that it does task automation like booking of the hotel booking. In if you want to go to Spain next month, it does everything for you through web if no API is provided. So think of a digital self where it actually mimics your behaviors and mimics your personality and characteristics and does the automation with help of computer user agent technology. So I think that's a big leap that we're expecting, and we're going to have in, I would say, 3 years, where we have our digital self that it does the whole automation for us, and it just waits for our, approval whether they want to go forward, and they're gonna provide a proper reporting for each task. So this is not just a ChatGPT deep search or existing technology. This would require more orchestrations of AI agents. Again, lots of companies for digital avatars. I'm not going to go into the details due to the time limitations. Again, another technology that we'll be expecting in, I think, I'm not too sure about whether this is going to be by 2030, but I would expect 2035. We'll have, AI systems that are integrated with, human brain. Um, and this will really help us to increase the throughput of information that will be, or IO, inbound and outbound information that we will have from with the brain. At the moment, it is just two eyes or maybe ears and other senses, which is limited to around 2 to 5 megabyte per second, which is not that much. But with this sort of technology, we would be able to, connect and have that ultimate convergence of human and machine. Um, I think, yeah, I do have lots of slides, but I think this is very important. Everyone is interested about agents and LLMs, but key leaders like Jan LeCun, he argues that current LLMs lack essential components of human intelligence. um, he advocates for developing word models that can predict outcomes, learn quickly, and it can actually reason not based on the image, not video, but understanding, 3D understanding of the world around us, like human. Another leader, Jeffrey Hinton, I'm pretty sure you heard about him. Um, so he actually urges us to focus more on the ethics and the regulations, which is very important. And it's not just the ethics of the AI usage or training of the AI system, but preparation of the data for AI models, the process involved in the preparation of the data, and also, when it comes to the training and inferencing, I think inferencing is important. Where is it trained? How is it trained? How much of environmental effects we're going to have? In the nature. For example, I was other day checking the one of the data centers that was built by Meta, and it affects one of the households in America. Basically, the household, which is around 400 yards of the data center, they do not have even the water, clean water coming up to their house. So it is very important to consider how these AI models are inferenced and whether they are really efficient in terms of the computation, and they are trained and tested ethically. Again, there are people that believe these sort of trainings and lots of trainings would allow us to reach AGI by 2030. I would doubt it, depending on the definition you have in what really AGI is, because I would doubt it in terms of the computational limitation we have at the moment, and we do not have a general understanding or general or objective understanding of what actually AGI means. So someone says human level, and other individuals say actually, super intelligence. So it is different. But as you can see from this chart, people in the industry like Sam Altman, I'm pretty sure you know about him, or Shane Legg, they expect AGI by 28. However, people in academia and research, they say with the current systems and LLMs, we wouldn't be really able to uh, you know, reach that true AGI. And this can be because of the limitation of the information, which I don't think so, or the computational power we have, or the limitation of the current architecture, such as transformer architectures, which is the bare bone of the LLM systems. Well, again, computation is another big thing. So if you are in the data science, data center infrastructure business, whether as an engineer or as a business owner, I think it is very important to understand this chart. The amount of data we have in 2010, it was around 2 zettabytes, which is 2 billion terabyte of data, but it is expected to reach around 400 zettabytes by 2028. So imagine, infrastructure that we need for processing that much of information and saving that much of data and processing it properly. So it's a huge, huge demand from the industry. That's why it is, you know, I think the industry will require massive infrastructure investment. So meeting the demand of AI compute, it would require at least around 5 trillion based on some statistics. And the McKinsey actually estimates that nearly 7 trillion will be invested. In cumulative investment, obviously, in the computing infrastructure in this decade. And when we are talking about this decade, it's actually next 5 years. So we are expecting around 7 trillion of cumulative investment for next 5 years. It's a huge amount of money, huge amount of opportunity for people in the tech, like myself. I'm happy, and the huge amount of opportunities for people who are in IT and data center businesses and construction business, which is the company I am actually working for. They're in a construction business. Lastly, I think just wrapping it up. You know, I think AI safety and ethics is very important. We don't want to end up in a literally in an age of Ultron or in a matrix, in a realistic matrix. So I think it is very important to have a global cooperation, and there are some initiatives so far, but I believe it is nice to have more regulations and more understanding and more education of people in the government, where they can understand the systems and obviously think logically, and at the same time think with the more information about the technology, rather than stopping or putting the regulation that would blindly putting the regulation that would stop people doing research and development. Again, lastly, I think it is important as a business owner or as a technical person in the industry to upskill yourself. Well, these are very common, frameworks, but I think one of the important one is browser use, which is the open source version of the operator by OpenAI or Manius. I think it's very important. I think as a developer or individual, you should have understanding of how to integrate human in the loop solutions, how to do multi-agent orchestrations. There is a Google SDK that they have recently released. I think it's great. And obviously, as a business owner, you need to think about next 3, 5 years and act accordingly. So yeah, I think that's all. If we are happy to answer the question again, what comes after AI and LLMs? I think we are expecting a world with full of machines and AI system with capabilities to model its surrounding. And it should be done seamlessly. So not LLMs, but more robust and advanced architectures. Yeah,
Thank you so much for your presentation.
no
I
problem.
have one question. So
Yep.
here it is. In the animation movie Wall-E, the robots became not just a helper, but a symbol of hope and concern for the future. Do you think that the future of AI will not just be smart, but emotionally and ethically aware?
Well, um, I think we will reach to the point where the system not just generates text based on the understanding of the context. It will generate reason actually, and it will reason in the information like human. So in order to achieve that sort of capability, we should have, that's why I was saying, people in the industry, they stress it, they stress out that we should have, rather than just focus on LM. It's great for, ChatGPT. I use it in my personal life. I even use for this presentation, let's be honest. But, it does not reason the way we expect. In order to achieve that sort of capability, we need a proper research. And I think for next 5 years, you will hear less about LLMs. You will hear about world models. And with world model, I think we would have the capability to understand the emotions, to understand the emotion given the context, given the environment, and this system would evaluate this situation subjectively and at the same time objectively. And because at the end of the day, it is the circumstances that navigates the emotions and navigates the consequences. So if they understand the circumstances properly, which is the world around us, I think we would have that sort of capabilities from AI.
Mhm. Got it. Thank you so much. Uh, so let me see if we have any other questions. Oh, here it is. I have discussed with experts topic of biotech and using AI in-house solution, especially biotech. The domain in general quite conservative and usually it takes a lot of time for research and still scientists don't have faith in AI right now. What is your opinion on how we can make people believe and have faith in AI and also increase the speed of creating of biotech solutions?
Well, I think we shouldn't have faith. We should have experiments, and the faith would come from the understanding and accepting the fact that it works. I'm not the expert when it comes to biotech and biology in general. But I think if enough tests are done, and if we have a proper ground truth that we can check the AI system against, I think we will have a more understanding of where AI lacks and how we can overcome that solution. I think, I don't know about others, but we can generate new proteins that would take us thousands of years or at least centuries to understand and to see which one is the useful. But we can generate new proteins, with help of AI in matter of months. We generated, solution for COVID with help of AI. So essentially, we will have the systems that will help with the generation of the information, which is in this case information for the biotech. But if we do not have a proper system in place to test out, I don't. I think we cannot make people believe that AI works.
Thank you. And we also have one more question. Will we need to implement AI for AI decision making, IoT for medical decision making? I mean, do we need to focus on developing AI agents for safety?
I'm not sure if I understood it correctly. If I think you know what happens is right at the moment the whole AI is also it's in infancy. You know, this LLMs, it's great, it works, but it's not great. We will reach to the point in the future where we will have orchestration of the AI models, and AI models will work against each other in an adversarial manner. What it means by that is, for example, you will have AI question to critique and question you whether your solution works. It can be academically, it can be from industry. You will have AI systems actually, you know, fighting in a digital world and try to hack each other, which you know, I do not remember by heart the name of the technology, but other day I see on LinkedIn that there was an AI system that hacked a server because of the bug that it found. So essentially, if there will be AI systems that that will focus on the transparency, and it will be its agenda and objective to focus on the transparency in the industry, and that can be IoT, that can be biotech, and that can be in compliance as well. A system where it actually AI system that judges. So think of AI system actually judges, and it does not look at the information from the judge's perspective. It does look at the historical information, where it goes through thousands of case concurrently and understands what is this case going is all about. So think of AI system that it's scalable. It actually understands and it actually critiques, and the hope is transparency. I think we will have AI system that will focus on biotic. I mean, we already have. We will have AI system will focus on transparency. We will have a system by Anthropic that they try to um, make the system, because we look at it as a black box, right? So Anthropic is trying to, unfold this AI system and understand how this system works and how we can put light onto these black boxes, basically.
Thank you. And we also have uh, one more question, and that's it. Are there any projects that combine blockchain and AI, for example, where the mining principle or rewards for computing AI answers are used? I am interested in initiatives in the field of distributed computing and decentralization of AI solutions.
Um, um, I heard about those sort of solutions. Again, I do not have experience specifically when it comes to decentralized AI system, but I know for the fact that AI system is used in understanding the what is going on. For example, in a blockchain, the flow of the money. For example, if, for example, you're looking for a scammer that actually scammed lots of people, I am pretty sure there's an AI system to flag it out and understand how this money is went through from accounts to different accounts and understand whether this is a money laundering or not. I mean, we do see that sort of AI systems in banking, so it is already implemented in cryptocurrency as well. But if we are talking about the distributed um, you know, AI system, because at the end of the day, AI system is a gateway for computation, and we do have a decentralized computation. So yes, we will have a decentralized AI system, but I'm not too sure in terms of what would be the use for that sort of integrations and how from a computation perspective, how is it that we are going to handle